Good day, good evening, good morning, good night, good good day everybody. Welcome to yet another live stream. So we are as usually painting some Marvel miniatures, and tonight by again randomly chosen by my wife, so I guess I'm painting Captain America and Iron Man, two figures that I wanted to paint the most. I'm gonna paint them last since I decided I want to do it randomly each time. I'm gonna choose randomly which miniature I'm gonna paint to be a little surprise for me. So yeah, tonight we are painting Captain Marvel. Really nice sculpt. All of these Marvel sculpts are really nice, hard to assemble. As you can see, there's lots of gaps, so I really didn't care too much about those since I just want to have painted miniatures. I don't care much about removing mold lines and all that. They don't need to look like spot on perfect, they just need to look good. And this is a sort of a video that is meant for people that are just a little bit afraid of the hobby as itself and all that, so they can see that even with this like half work done, you can really get a decent looking miniature. So yeah, let's start painting Captain Marvel. Okay, first thing first, we are going to paint her face, her skin, just because that's the least amount of paint that is going to be used. So I mean that's like the smallest part, so we're just going to get that out of the way. So we are using contrast colors Gilliman Flash for this one. Okay, so let us start. Of course I won't be painting eyes. I am not like insane person. I love myself, I don't want to punish myself, but if you are up to it, you can paint the eyes. Usually when I paint eyes, that is when the miniature has like glowing eyes or something, like the Red Skull, he has white eyes, so I can paint that. That is not hard, but the regular eyes I just don't paint because I can't do it. I tried on so many miniatures, and every time the final result was just a disaster to look at, so I just decided that I don't want to paint eyes. And as I said, this is video after all for people that are just starting their painting adventures and they're really not sure if they are up to it. So I'm here to show you that you can do it, and you can do it easily without too much fuss or anything. And as you can see, her face is done. That's all there is. It looks a little bit choppy, but it will be fine. And Zeblik is with us. Hello my friend, glad that you stopped by. Hope I see you tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Since we have only 2 miniatures left, then we'll see what we are going to do next. Maybe we're gonna play some board games, solo plays or something like that. Who knows if I manage to set up everything, because I tried yesterday and it looked just awful. I don't wanna give you that low quality work. Okay, so Kotska is here also. Hello my friend. Also glad you could stop by. So next thing, we are going to go and paint the gold parts, since these are also fairly easy to do. And for that we are going to use cyan and yellow. Cyan and yellow. Not sure how to pronounce the paint correctly, but since she has very little gold parts, let me just quickly check it out what they actually are. Okay, So yeah, I got internet going down. Yeah, no problem, man. When you come back, I'll probably be here painting Captain Marvel. So we are going to paint the yellow part, and that is just basically this thing running around and this star on her chest. So Kotska, my friend, what have you been up to lately? From yesterday, basically. You know, I just remembered you told me yesterday you were playing board games. And why did you play board games? Aren't you supposed to be in isolation like all of us and not hang out with other people spreading the potential viruses all around the place? That is very irresponsible, young man. Nah, just kidding. Okay, so I think we are done with the yellow part at least. Just want to make sure that I went all around where I should have. I'll probably have to come back and repair some parts, since these are really not like prominent lines. You're really not sure if you need to paint some parts or not. Okay, that, and she has like a badge here or something, so we need to hit that one up. Yep, looking cool. Oh, you played with the family. Okay, then it's forgiven. Not that I was minding anything. I was just joking with you, my friend. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to use the Agarosh dunes for the base and for her hair, since she also has like gold hair, but I don't want to do it in the same color as the gold. It won't look natural. And Zeblik is back. That was really fast, my friend. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to a bigger brush for Agarosh dunes for the base at least. And Zeblik, I did not forget to contact you. I was going to, but then again I was distracted, and I just figured that I'll get in touch with you later tonight after I'm done with this miniature, because I know that I won't be distracted then. During the day usually there's always a possibility that somebody will send me a message or something, and then I wander off easily, so please do accept my apologies for it. Okay, so we are doing the base with the Agarosh dunes. Me and the pronunciations. Okay, let's see. What are you writing? Nothing. You're not writing anything. Okay, that's cool. I thought I was ignoring you for a second there, because I was really like in the miniature trying to get it done before it starts drying off, because then you get some weird effects on it. I still didn't completely figured out the contrast colors. I understand how they work, but sometimes some things that happen really puzzle me. Why are they happening? And yeah, okay, so we are still on the Agarash dunes, and we're just going to paint her hair because she has like a yellowish hair, but as I said, I don't want to do it with the gold because it would look unnaturally yellow, too much yellow. So this will look most definitely more yellowish and more natural, if you ask me. So as I talked in the previous live streams, these days I tried mandling with the camera a little bit, with trying a different angle to get a better angle on the miniature when I'm painting, but sadly I just lack some good equipment. I have to go and skip by my parents' house to get some of the stands that I have that will maybe work, but I don't wanna, since we are all practicing self-isolation, I really don't want to go over there if it's not absolutely necessary to do so. Okay, so Agarash Dunes, as you can see, way better than if we just went with the yellow, with that and then yellow. This looks more natural color of the hair. So now we are switching to red parts, and we are going to do that with Blood Angels Red. We are going to paint all the red parts. That is her sash, and if I'm not mistaken, the upper part, above this yellow line, her gloves, and then these parts on her legs, on her feet. Okay, so we're just gonna start with this sash, and I'm gonna hate myself, but I will probably miss some part somewhere that I will see later and be really mad that I have to go back and cover it up. As I already mentioned, I hate painting these type of like bendy, when you have to go like 360 around the miniature watch for every little nook and cranny that you need to fill out the paint with. See, now I did a boo-boo on her leg. I wanted to be done with this really fast, and now I'm paying for it. But no biggie, we're gonna repair it with some white color, so it's fine. Now when I'm looking at it, I think I should have first went with the blue and paint the uniform, the blue part at least, because this is much easier to paint than the uniform. I have to go underneath and all around, so it will be a challenge to try and not miss, to try and not paint on these parts. So okay, this is looking really nice red color, the same one that I used for the Spider-Man. I think I'm gonna use a little bit darker red on the Iron Man, just so he does not look like Spider-Man too much, to not look, so every miniature does not look the same, you know, like same red, same blue color. I'm using the same colors as the Spider-Man, So I think this Captain Marvel will be very similar to the Spider-Man, like in a feel that you get when you look at the miniature, but it's okay if it's unavoidable, and if you are using only contrast colors, it pretty much is, because you are very limited on what colors you have or how many different colors you have. And as you already know, I really wanted to paint all of them with mostly contrast colors, like 99% contrast colors, so I'm trying to stick with that. But in the process I'm sacrificing a little bit of diversity in look, so it is how it is. So I'm trying to be really careful. I will probably do mistakes, but I want to have as little mistakes as possible to not have to go and repair that much. I did some mistake on this yellow. I hit a little bit around oh my god, this sash of hers is going to kill me. It is so hard to paint. See, again, see what I did? Okay, I'm just gonna try and okay, that would be much easier to cover up than if I left it like a big red patch of color. But yeah, this is proving to be a really hard task. So if I go silent, that means that I'm super concentrating on not trying to not to mess up things. Just so you know that I'm not ignoring you, it is just a concentration thing. So I'm just trying to get around this. Oh my god. For these miniatures I am using like 99% only contrast colors. From the regular colors I'm only using white to repair things and black for the rim of the base, even though with the two coats of contrast color you can have a really nice black rim on your base, but that would just be the waste of the color, so I'm using the regular color for that. But yeah, I'm just using contrast colors. You can really achieve a lot with those if you know where to push the pigment, where to push the shadows, which I don't know always, but sometimes you can just figure things out, and if you move it a little bit around you can really get a nice looking miniature. I mean, they will not win you any best painted army by far. If you win a best painted army with only contrast colors, miniature that has only contrast colors. Now I'm not saying it's not possible, it is, but there is so much effort that I applaud you. I saw some miniatures that people swear that they used only contrast colors, and I do believe them, and those miniatures look exceptional, but they heavily dilute the colors, like to the point where they're basically painting with wash only, let's say like that. So and you need to go like 6-7 times over the same spot over and over again to achieve desired look. So I do believe them when they say they used only contrast colors. At least those miniatures that I saw, those were like crazy looking good miniatures. Okay, so we have these heels of hers. I'm just assuming what parts should be red, but even if I paint some parts that should not be, it is my own interpretation of her, so I can always sell it like that, like, oh yeah, I know, but I wanted it to be a little bit different, you know. So you can always bail out like that. Yeah, one thing I like and kind of dislike about painting these miniatures is that you have like set amount, no, not amount, jeez, what I'm talking about. You have a set color scheme. You can deviate, but then it just does not look right. So you have paints that you need to use for these miniatures already set out for you, and that I like because I don't have to think about the scheme and try different stuff, see what works, what not. I can just take the few pictures of the internet and paint the miniature. So it's a plus, but also a minus, because you kinda cannot be creative. I mean, you can still be creative, but not as creative as you might be with if there were no set rules of how something should look. So it's a really interesting thing. I was thinking about it the other day, how even though I like that I have set rules so I don't have to think about it, I would still like to be able to do something different. And I mean, I could paint her in pink color if I desire so, but it would really not look good. You can say it's an alternate scheme of some sorts, or you can come up with your own stories if you want to, why she has the uniform the color she has it. But I think that just the best way would be to paint it as it is. Before I started these videos, I was seriously thinking of maybe changing theme a little bit, but then just decided it's not worth it. So I wanted to say that we are done with the red, but then I remembered we have this upper part of her body that is also red, so we are not done yet. I'm silent, I'm sorry, I'm just super concentrating on not mess up, so I don't have to come back and redo stuff. So I was thinking, what should I paint next? I have like lots of Aristea miniatures that are not painted, that I should I definitely want to paint these. Aristea miniatures are from Infinity Universe, and they're just gorgeous looking miniatures. They're very like agile in a poses. I'm not sure how to correctly describe it, but they look like they're really running all over the place. And she has little red spot. I think I did a little red dot on her chin. Not sure if you can see it. Oh man, I'll have to repair that. I'll most definitely have to repair that, because yeah, it's just me. I know it's there. I know that nobody can see it. See, from this angle you really don't see it. You don't even know that it's there, but I know it's there and it needs to be done. Okay, we have a comment from Kotska. What do you say, my friend? Any upcoming games you are excited about? I'm kinda hyped for Castles of Tuscany. Oh, I saw Castles of Tuscany and it went right on my list, or right on my wish list. But right now, I'm really hyped to see the new game from David Turci, not sure how you pronounce his name. He's the guy that did Anachrony, one of the guys that did Anachrony, and he has a game that will come in 3 parts. First part should be on a Kickstarter soon. I was heavily bombarding Mindclash Games to send me a preview copy. I really wanted to do a preview for that game, but they said that they already have spoken for all their copies, because I'm not like super popular enough to get those copies. And I just now realized that I completely painted this part red, even though that should be blue, so we're gonna have to repair that thing too. I just noticed, like, why are these boots so different? So yeah, see, you made me talk to you and then I do mistakes. Perseverance or something like that. I'm really hyped about that game. I really can't wait to see what that will all be about, but I am waiting for the expansion for Anachrony. I think that's the only game that I have everything for it. All the little promos. Not that there was like too much promos or anything, but I'm in love with that game. That game is awesome game. So I'm waiting for that, most definitely. And that Tuscany game that you just mentioned, that also sounds interesting. We'll have to see what it looks like when it's out, but I'm not really sure. I didn't have time to explore it more. How much is it connected to the Castles of Burgundy? Is it like a straight sequel or of sorts, or is it just like, or do they playing on a thing that Castles of Burgundy is very popular, so they're naming the game a very similar name, so they can claim that fame from other game to make you look at this one, maybe potentially buy it. So I'm not really sure what they are doing with the name. Okay, so I just repaired a few of the mistakes. I just need to wait a little bit for the color to dry off, because you don't want to go over the wet color. And while we are waiting, we're gonna go with the skeleton horde over the base itself. So we finish the base and then the miniature, and we are done. This will be the quickest miniature I painted, I think. You could use the colors from Captain Marvel. Is that like that black and gold scheme? I'm really not that familiar with like all the comics and all the things about the Marvel. I just started to discover the universe about 10 years ago, when all this craze with Iron Man started. They really got me hooked there. So before that, I really couldn't care less. I didn't when I heard about the Iron Man, I was like, who the hell is that guy? I played few Marvel games, but you know, you always pick Spider-Man. When you have to pick some heroes, you always take Spider-Man, and I don't know, some of these more known heroes, but I think that Iron Man is now more known than some of other heroes from Marvel. So yeah, we are going to go with this skeleton what is called skeleton horde over these raised parts too, to darken them up a little bit, to make them look a little bit different against the pavement itself. Just give it a nice coat of skeleton horde. you know, that way it looks a little bit different from the base, gives it more visually interesting look. Okay, reverse the red and blue. You need to read more comics. Yeah, I definitely would like to read more comics. I tried downloading those comics online stuff, but I just could not read them on the tablet. It was just, I really didn't enjoy it. On some parts the text would be like super small, then you have to like zoom in and zoom out. It just didn't work for me. And the comics itself are pretty expensive, and having a hobby of playing board games and painting miniatures, and then having a hobby of buying comics, no, that would not work. Don't have the funds for all of that. So, but yeah, I'm looking at it now. I can see it. If you switch colors, it could look okay too, but I'm sticking to this one just because I saw it on their page. And yeah, okay, so I think that the yeah, it's still not all way dried. Some of the parts here are still wet, as you can see. There is some paint on my finger, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit more. And I really didn't cover this red, but I think that blue will cover it enough, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, and her boot is definitely, yeah, okay. I need to go a little bit more over this other boot because it still shows a little bit too much of the red color, and I don't like it. You just need to go another coat of white. See, that's why I'm trying to always do everything on the first go, because I hate now that I have to wait. I like when I'm painting miniatures, I like to be done as fast as possible. This is just prolonging it, which is not an option. While we are here, maybe we can prepare some of this stuff that we did here. Yeah, that does not look that good. The problem is that my white is a little bit whiter than the base coat itself, so I need to play around with it. Yeah, it will be okay. You will not even notice it once we are done with it. So yeah, I tried reading some comics. I tried reading Flash because I was really hooked when the show started. That CW show Flash, I was really hooked on it, so I wanted to read a comic, and I started reading that online comic thing, but it was just not working for me. And when I wanted to buy the comic and read it, then the price itself it was like whoa. The other thing is that I learned that usually you are reading the comic and then they just decide to reboot the universe and everything, and then you are stuck. You have to buy everything all over again because now the story is a little bit different and all that. So I really kind of backed out of it and decided that I would just enjoy the shows, and maybe if I read some trivia or something online, I will enjoy those things. So yeah, okay, next is Talasar Blue, but we are still not going to start with it. Now I'm thinking, looking at it, maybe I should go with the more darker blue. Okay, since I have only 2 of you guys here, I need you to, oh, we have 4 viewers, but you are only 2 that are talking. Okay, so I need a suggestion. Should I go with the Talasar blue, or wait, I have all the colors online here, so I have to see what other blue colors we have and which one would look cool on it. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe of doing like this kind of blue. I have this infinity miniature painted. Okay, so this is like a greenish blue. It's blue, but it's kind of has a little bit of green tint. You cannot see it very well on the camera. It looks a little bit different in real life. So I'm thinking of maybe doing this blue, just so if I use the blue that I used on this Spider-Man, they will probably look like the same miniature, and I really want to differentiate them as much as possible, but it's really not like it has to be like that. So should I go with this Achillean blue color? This blue part, of course, don't look. So this is the red color that's on here, so you can basically see how it works together. I think it would work nicely. So let me know in the comments quickly. You have 10 seconds. Yeah, yeah. I don't even want to start collecting comics because I have this thing where I need to have everything. So yeah, we're gonna use Achillean green. I definitely decided I want to go with Achillean green, just because to be a little bit different. Yeah, I really don't want to start collecting because I like to have everything. Like for the board games, I like to have all the promos and everything. Now I did back down a little bit. Now I don't have. Oh, side by side for the blue. Okay, so we have this Talsar blue and we have this Achillean green, but actually this Achillean green, it looks super dark, but it actually looks like here when it's painted like this blue. So we can have this blue on her, or we can go with this Spider-Man glowing in the dark blue. So I was thinking of maybe doing her a little bit like this blue, because to look a little bit different. Yeah, when I was looking at the pictures online, there was also a part where she has like a dark blue uniform, but I think this one will do. I will most definitely try this one. Okay, this is a test. We'll see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll probably reprime the miniature, which will not happen. I will just stick with it however it turns out. But yeah, what I was talking about, promos, collecting, goal, and everything. I really, let's say Quadropolis, not sure if you are familiar with the game or not, but I have, I think, all the promos that were ever out for that game. Not like 100% all the promos, but all the promos that you can stick in a game, I have them in the game. So I was really like crazy about it, and today I'm not like super crazy. I more or less don't care, but if you start collecting comics, you really want to have all the stories and everything, or not, right? So I really don't want to start. You say it does look better. Which one looks better, the Achillean green or the Talsar blue? Because Talsar blue is a really tricky color, and I have like one more dark blue, but I'm saving that one for Captain America, because I want to match his look more to those recent movies. So I'm saving that for Captain America, so I will not use it on her. That I decided from the start. So here goes nothing. We're going to go and start painting the Achillean blue, and I think it will look cool at the end. I have strong beliefs. So yeah, I really don't want to. Oh, actually, I really like this blue on her. It matches that look from the movies really nice. It gives it like a nice bluish color to it. Yep. Okay, so far so good. I like how it, I like that I decided on this color. Yeah, definitely like it, and it looks way brighter on the camera than it is. I really have to nail down this camera work, or get a better camera that can show colors like they truly are. Okay, so I messed up a little bit on this red sash that she has, so we'll see how much mistakes we will be doing. Maybe we'll come and repair that, but for now it is barely noticeable, so I will just ignore it. Okay, I need to move this a little bit, or I will otherwise spill it over. Okay, so far it looks really good. I like it. I like how it looks, and I am not sad about my decision. Not sad. I'm trying to find the word and I can't. Yeah, I like the decision I made with this color, and I think the final product will really look nice. Okay, now I have to paint this in a weirdest angle of all, so you don't see one thing I'm doing, but what can I say? Okay, so I definitely did another mistake. See that black spot over here? So we'll definitely have to come by and repair that. So I thought that this miniature I will be done with it fast, but with all the repairs and everything, I think this is the most mistakes that I ever did on any of these miniatures that I painted from the Marvel Crisis Protocol core set. So I guess I'm losing like a patience, because that always happens to me when I know that I'm almost done with the miniatures, like with the set of miniatures, like I'm done with all the boxes or full unit or something along those lines. When I know I'm near the end, that I have like few things to do and the miniatures are done, I always tend to rush things because I really want to be done with them. I want to see how it looks finished and everything. So I will most definitely Instagram it when I'm done. So yeah, comics have some good trade paperback for the stories. Yeah, but comics are expensive. Yeah, I will most definitely put it on the Instagram when I'm done with it. A friend of mine just left me a comment that he's really enjoying all the paint jobs that I'm doing, since he's also in the isolation, like we are all in this together. So he always wanted to start painting, but he does not have the courage to start, but I think he will pretty soon. Maybe if he got some paints before this isolation thing started, yeah, I could maybe close it a little bit, put it a little bit closer so you can see what I'm actually doing with this miniature. Yeah, he says he really enjoys it. Like, I can never be that good painter. No, he didn't say that, but people usually tend to say that. Oh man, you paint so good. Oh man, and I don't think I'm like a pro painter, but when you see some other people work, my work is not like the best one you ever saw. But see, for example, this, like this, I know this just looks awful, That's the problem with the contrast colors. That's the problem that I'm so sad that it is just not doable to paint the flat surface and have a nice look to it. It always looks like a blotchy, cheap paint job, but it is painted miniature, so I am not sad that it looks how it looks. It looks way worse when it's not painted, right? So that's the mantra that I'm having. Better to have ugly looking painted miniature than no painted miniature at all. Yeah, this leg, this other leg, this will be a nightmare to paint, and her behind will be a nightmare to paint because I need to go around that belt sash that she has and really try not to hit any spots that don't need to be painted blue. That will be an achievement if I manage to do that. Okay. Stop talking about comics. No, you can freely talk about comics, man, all day long if you want to. I would really wish, I would really like if I could talk back, but as I already told you, I have not read that many comics in my life. I did read some comics that you are probably not familiar with because they were more popular here in Europe, and they were not about superheroes, they were about some other, I mean, they were sort of superheroes for this region, but yeah, I don't know if you ever heard about Alan Ford comic book strip. Not sure what the correct pronunciations would be here for that, but those I read as a little kid, a lot of those, and they were like super funny. I think they were the Italian comics, so I'm not sure if they ever transferred to the USA. Yeah, somehow, maybe, not sure. Okay, I just now realized that there is like a white spot on the very top of this belt that I completely missed, so that's a great thing. Or did I maybe hit it by accident with white paint? Not really sure now, but it doesn't matter because we have to fix some other stuffs, and then in the process we're gonna paint that. Okay, so this paint looks good on her, but the paint job itself is just awful. That's what I have to say about it, because they're like big flat surfaces and it just does not look that good, but I'm sticking to it. Asterix, did I read wait, I have 2 copies of first appearance of Deadpool and 3 copies of first Gambit. Yeah, Deadpool I like. Gambit, I know nothing about Gambit. Deadpool I knew a little bit about, but with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool I learned a lot along the way. And yeah, I never read Asterix, but I did read Dylan Dog, Martin Mystery, Lazarus Led. Those comics I did read. Those were like more, I don't know how to say, adult comics with more like mature themes. Like Dylan Dog was a horror comic book, right? He's dealing with a lot of horror stuff. So neighbor of mine had like a bunch of the Dylan Dog comics, and we were little kids reading Dylan Dog, and it was just crazy. I don't know how our parents let us do that, because sleep times were really intense thing. Once you read some Dylan Dog, you really don't want to go to sleep when you are a little kid. Okay, when you're grown up, that's like completely different thing on its own. So I just repairing few things that I messed up with the blue color. Yeah, I wish this red was a little bit more transparent than it is, but it's okay, it'll do. Oh, we have William O'Donnell with us. Well, hello William. Which contrast paints would you recommend to pick up? All of them. Yeah, all of them, if you ask me, and if you can afford them, of course. All of them, they just work wonderful. Okay, the yellows are two yellows are a bit too samey, so you might not want to go with both of those. You can eliminate it on those bases, but every color is so specific and unique actually, and has its own way to use it with the miniature, that I just don't know which one to pick. You can always go like with the blue, with the red. Like with the blues, I really like the blue that you are seeing now, that is the Achillean green. It is really awesome blue. And if you want to pick up like a thermic blue, then you can do stuff like this Red Skull cube. You see how it looks like a little bit of ice, even though I tried it to look like it's glowing. So yeah, the greens, the Warp Lightning, or however it is called, Warp Lightning green, is really nice, bright green. It really depends what you want to paint. From the browns, there is two dark brown colors. I usually like to use more of the Wildwood than the other one, that Sigor brown. I mostly use Wildwood for dark brown colors, and for light brown colors you can go with that one I painted her hair with. Wait, where is it? It is called, and I cannot find it where it is. Snakebite Leather. Snakebite Leather is really nice, yellowish brownish color. And Gore Gruntafer. This is brown color, but actually it looks like a good rust color if you want it to be. But for example, I used it to paint this Black Widow hair, so it gives like a reddish brownish look. So yeah, it is really hard to say. It is really hard to say which one you should pick. I really don't know. What do you want to paint? Tell me, what do you want to paint with your paints, and then I'll tell you. But my first instinct would be to say get them all, and you won't be sorry, because I painted lots of stuff with these things, and the most that I'm missing is from this red pot. As you can see, there's really a lot of color still in here, and I'm missing the most from here because I spilled that pot. First time that I was live stream painting, I spilled this pot. But yeah, my instinct is to tell you get them all. If you can't get them all, get them little by little, buy the colors you need. Like for example, if you are like Zeblik painting Zombicide and you want to paint zombies, then take some greens and some browns, and then gradually, as the time goes, as you maybe save some more money, you get other colors. You get all the greens or all the blue colors. It's really hard to just tell you, okay, get these 5 colors and you are done. I just like to have variety when I'm painting. I like to have options, and having all the colors gives me a lot of options. So that would be my advice. I hope it helped. I'm really not sure if I help you now or not, but do tell me. Zeblik says you are looking. Oh, you are looking at a Dylan dog right now. Yeah, Dylan dog is. You haven't you ever heard of it? I thought that Dylan dog was like more popular. That it probably showed up back in the USA. Yeah, contrast colors for zombies are there are few green colors. I will tell you the names. Let me just finish this thing I missed here. So I wanna just finish that before. I'm just checking out if I painted everything. Okay, so we have some parts over here not painted. But right now, okay, I forgot some red parts. Yeah, for the zombie skin, there's really that pale green color. What is her name? Wait, just a second. Okay, Creed Camo can be nice zombie color, but I'm not talking about that one. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, it's not on this list. I have this picture with reference of the colors and everything. It is called like it is called Nurgle Green or something like that. I can't really. I'll just try to find it after we finish this stream. So if you're still here, if you're still interested, let me know. And I will go through other colors that are not here on the table because I don't use them that often, so I just keep them aside to keep the mess out of the table. Okay, so that, okay, let's I just want to touch up on a few things. Okay, I think we are done. We just need to paint the rim and we are done with the miniature. It turns out I thought I would be like done in 30 minutes, but we are nearing that 1 hour, that magical 1 hour. Okay, for the rim of the base I am going to use just a regular Vallejo black color. We're just going to switch to a bigger brush because there's really no need for precision when you are painting the rim of the base. And we'll have to do like 2 passes of this color to get that full nice opacity, to give it a really nice satin finish. Yeah, dead air. I guess I'll have to try again with that background music. I tried it on one stream and I had a problem that some of the songs were like too loud and the others were too silent, and I guess I'll just have to think of something, maybe find some online radio that is playing songs that are royalty free, of course, just so we can have some background noise when I'm into silent mode. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we just need to go on the upper part of the base, but for that I'm gonna use a little bit smaller brush just so I have more control, because I really don't want to mess up the base. Then I have to go with the white, and then again wait for the white to cool, to dry off, and then paint with the skeleton bone, and then it will show, because the white is not the same as the primer white. So yeah. First world problems. I'm trying to remember while I'm painting what's the name of that green color, and it just won't pop into my mind. So in a second I will tell you what the name of the green color is, if you're still listening, if you're still here. Okay, I think I have never been so silent, but this is what my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 8th live stream, 8 days in a row of live streaming, so I guess I'm all spoken for. I have nothing else to say. So yeah, but thank you for keeping me company with the questions and everything. It really helps out a lot. The time goes much quicker, and as you can see, I'm over an hour now, but we could say that the miniature is finished. I could say this is a done job. So let me quickly show you. Okay, so that is it. That is, yeah, see, I missed a little spot just behind there on the red, so I'll cover that back up later. So yeah, we are done on Mrs. Marvel. Cool miniature, not so many details to paint, but once you go left and right, forth and back and forth, it takes about an hour, but 1 hour for miniature and to look like this, and it really looks good. Maybe not on a camera, but in real life it looks, well, really good. Okay, that green color, let me just remove the lid. Okay, it is called Plague Bearer Flesh. I just need to shake it up a little bit because I don't use it a lot, so the pigment settled down. But as you can see, if you're painting zombies, this one would probably sit well with zombies. It is after all called Plague Bearer Flesh, so it is sort of color to look for if you want to paint zombies. Now I'm just watching if I have some other greens or maybe something along those lines. So yeah, this ultramarine blue, I'm thinking of using it. As you can see, it really pulled down, so I really need to shake it up. But I'm thinking of using this color for Captain America, or the, where is it? I have this oh my god, where is it? I can't find it right now, but I have somewhere like Space Marine Blue or something along those lines. So or is it this one, Ultramarines Blue? Some of these blue, not sure which one I will use for Captain America, because Ultramarine Blue, yeah, this Ultramarine Blue. But we will know tomorrow if I'm going to paint the Captain America or the Iron Man. But tomorrow around same time, 21:40, 21:30, depending. About really nothing, just how I decide I want to do it. So yeah, Black Bladder Flash for zombies is most definitely a good choice. It is made for such things. So yeah, I have a Warcry warband of those Black Bladder guys, so I can't wait to assemble them so I can start painting, because I really want to use that paint and see how it will look and all that. But yeah, okay, so we are done with this miniature. We are going to end this this live stream. Am I satisfied? So I think some parts could be better, but definitely not the best miniature, the best paint job I did for this Marvel box, but I like it. It's okay, it can pass for okay painted miniature. Okay, so that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for and girls for making me company, and see you tomorrow around same time, 9:30, 9:40 p.m. So we are going to paint either Captain America or Iron Man, and then we're just gonna have to the next day paint the one that is left. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for spending time with me, and until next time, pozdrav.